Hey, my name is Dr. Augustine. Today we're going to be talking about the gut microbiome. I watched an amazing podcast with Dr. Huberman of the Huberman Lab. He had a special guest on, Dr. Justin Sonnenburg, and they were speaking about the gut microbiome. Great topic. Two scientists speaking deeply about a beautiful topic. I just want to give a little bit more practical spin on this so that it helps you guys out there. So the gut microbiome, where does it come from? What is the gut microbiome? Let's start in this process. So what the gut microbiome is, it's the small intestine and large intestine inside your body, has a bunch of bugs in there. Hopefully a lot of good guys as compared to bad guys. A lot of bugs. As well as we can say it extends all the way up to your mouth. There's the oral microbiome, so it's a bunch of bacteria in here as well. All of these areas will influence your health. How does it develop? How does your gut microbiome develop? Starts off through the birth process. In the womb, baby is sterile, no bugs. Coming through the birth canal is your first introduction to developing and strengthening and improving your gut microbiome. So vaginal fluids, baby gets its first gut microbiome boost. Going through a C-section, not as much. You don't really get the same boost there. So healthier babies go through the birth canal. Also, second level would be breastfeeding. Breastfeeding is amazing to improve the gut microbiome on a baby. So therefore, that baby's going to have overall better health than the baby that went through a C-section birth. How do we then continue to improve that gut microbiome is exposure to animals and the environment. That would be letting your child actually get on the ground and crawl around and get dirty. Getting dirty is a good thing. Being a germaphobe, probably not so good. Don't protect that baby, but let him crawl around the floor, let him play with the animals, the dog or the cat, that sort of thing. It's going to strengthen their microbiome because it's going to put in a bunch of good guys that your baby's health is going to be stronger overall. Why is this all so important is because your gut microbiome can cause heart disease, cancer, autoimmune, and neurodegenerative problems. All those things that approach us later on in life, so if we can fix it now, you're going to be far better. So what if you're that person that had a C-section birth or a problematic birth and you were sick as a kid, you've done a ton of antibiotics and you're just destroyed? Well, a section in this same podcast, they spoke about that our gut microbiome is very malleable, very plastic, and very changeable and fixable. So that's the hope there. That's the really good high point, I think, for you, is that you can still improve and get these problems solved. So that moves us in. What can you do to destroy your gut microbiome? We just mentioned antibiotics is one way. And who hasn't had too many antibiotics, from dental antibiotics to antibiotics as a child growing up? So that can do damage and get rid of and destroy a bunch of good bacteria that should be in there to protect us and keep us healthy. Starch and sugar. Our diet can destroy our gut microbiome. Starch, sugar, as well as processed foods. Not a good thing for our health, the health of our microbiome. In Dr. Huberman's video, he also mentioned vegetable fibers. Vegetable fiber is really good to support and strengthen your probiotic bacteria that should be there. I kind of use it as a second part in my process. We want to talk about how do you restore your gut microbiome. We're going to talk about that in just a second here. So the fiber supplement that I like to use that's a bunch of good vegetable fibers would be whole food fiber from Standard Process. Really, really good product. Let's talk about the 4 R's. This is the process that we use to restore your gut health. The first R is to remove the bad guys. We like to use gut flora complex as well as wormwood complex. Gets rid of those bad guys, does nothing bad to your good guys. Really good product. The second R is to replace. We want to replace those bad guys with good guys, and that's going to be pro-symbiotic. Now, once you're done putting in enough probiotic bacteria, and you really want to make sure you use good probiotic bacteria, that's when we would use the natural vegetable fibers. And the vegetable fiber that we recommend is whole food fiber. Works really, really well. Thirdly, we want to repair the gut microbiome. We want to repair the leaky gut that can happen from all exposure to all these other bad things that we talked about. And repairing is going to be GI stability and GI adsorb. It's going to repair a leaky gut. It's going to be a beautiful thing. The last thing is to restore. We want to restore your gut health so that this process doesn't happen in the future. And what we're talking about there is to support your digestive enzymes. So if you can effectively digest, you're going to have really good small intestinal and large intestinal health. Matter of fact, the first line of defense against getting bugs into your intestines is going to be stomach acid. So we would recommend, let's do something, let's take some enzymes to help you to have good stomach acid, because you have stress. Who doesn't have stress? We all do. And we need good stomach acid to break down proteins and our foods effectively. So we use HiPEP. It helps you to rebuild and restore your own digestive enzyme production. And then Enzicor, which is a blend of great pancreatic enzymes to help you overall digest your food most effectively. Hope this helps. My name is Dr. Augustine. I'd love to hear your comments, or if you have any questions out there. I'm on social media. I'm on Facebook and Instagram, TikTok, as well as YouTube. Again, my name is Dr. Augustine. Have a great day.